What's up, guys? It's your favorite Super Sentai nerd, and today we are taking a look at Tega Sword. This is from number 1 Sentai Gojuger. As I promised, guys, here it is. But before we take a look at it, let's take a look at the accessories. With this particular release of the Tega Sword, you get 3 accessories. You get the Tega Wolf ring. You get the Gojuger Red ring. And you also get the 50th anniversary Gojuger Super Sentai ring, I suppose is what you would call it. This is a special promotion that you'd only get if you pre-ordered the Tega Sword upon the initial release. However, they probably will end up selling these just like they usually do if they have extras. So I end up getting mine for free, but if you are lucky enough to see one on any website, probably around 10-15 bucks for the ring is probably what they'll charge for it. Another cool feature that I got with my order was this book. This is the complete Super Sentai anniversary book. It's got this really cool, like, lighting, kind of like, I don't know what you call it, like, kind of glitter effect on it. And it's got inside here, and it's in Japanese, obviously. And it's got Gojuger Wolf, and you've got all the last, I would say, like, red all the way to the last anniversary season, which was 45, or 40, I believe. And, well, actually, sorry, it folds out, and you get all the way from, basically, you get everybody from the first Super Sentai series to the current one. So it's 50 years of Super Sentai. And then we've got some marketing here that you get with it. And then what I think is really cool is you get every single team, and they also have their rings. So they are and I think the rings are only for the Red Ranger. So you can see here, there is literally 50 rings all the way. And there's some QR codes. You guys go ahead and pause it. You guys can scan those QR codes if you'd like. And then we've got some product information for upcoming figures and designs, everything like that. And then there is the back of it. This is really cool. I'm going to be framing this and probably displaying it. I'm going to buy like a frame to put this in. So this is really cool. I believe this was available with the pre-order of the Tega Sword. However, let me know in the comments down below if you purchased the Tega Sword after the fact, and let me know if you get this. This might be included with the Tega Sword no matter what. I thought this was a nice little touch that was inside the box. So it's pretty. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Tega Sword here. And as I did in my unboxing video, which you guys can check out, it's really cool. It's a really cool little piece of Super Sentai history. One of the things that kind of bugged me is I can put 3 of my fingers in here and hold it, and then there is your button right here to activate. I mean, I can hold that pretty comfortably. I do have smaller hands. I'm not like a big dude or anything like that. So I mean, I mean, not like in the show proper, they can literally get all 4 fingers into it. Most people can only do 2. 2 is also pretty comfortable for me, but I can do 3 comfortably and everything like that. So, you know, and you got your power button right back here. It does come with batteries already installed for you, and the detail is pretty cool. You've got some transparent glass right here. It's a little bit right here. This is a rubber blue plastic, you know, so it doesn't, you know, children, you know, so you don't poke. You can still poke someone's eye out with this, but you know, you don't want to do that. It's a really cool henshin device. So let's go ahead and we'll get it turned on here, and we'll take a look at each one of these sounds. That's the initial opening sound, and if you just press it, we'll just go ahead and press the button here. And then it just cycles back through from there. And if you tap it, you get that sound effect. So it's like a kind of a tapping sound. Now, what you can do, we'll take the red ring, and you see the lights. Standby music. And then you wanna, and then you press the button. And you get the henshin of Tega Sword with Gojuger Wolf. Gojuger Wolf would transform. And then if you press the button, you get sword sounds, and it does light up right there. You can still tap it. We'll take a look at the 50-year anniversary ring and see what that does. I believe it says Super Sentai, I think is what it initially going to do. And you get the same effect. It doesn't, you get standard sword, and that's basically it. So let's go ahead and let's get the Tega sword transformed here. Alright, to transform the Tega sword, it is very, very simple. And I'm going to leave it on while we do the transformation. So what you do is you want to... That's the sound effect you're going to get. You want to turn. And then you open up the feet. Just like that. We'll go ahead and stand them up. You want to turn the arm this way. Down. Turn down. In. Out. You're going to unclip. And basically, after a while, it's going to turn off. And then you want to bring this part right here down, which I had forgotten. And then you take the Tega Wolf ring, and you want to plug it in. And then you open up the head visor. And you now have Tega Wolf in his Tega form, Tega sword form. It has some accessories. So you've got the sword part, obviously, because it's the Tega sword. All right, guys, let's take a look at the figure. Now, I personally would rather have them release a more DX version of this figure. I know there are non-transforming versions of this figure that will be coming out that I believe are a little smaller. I do find it's in line with the series because this show has initially, you know, they turned their Tega sword device into this, and then they basically attach their weaponry to it, and then they sit it on top of the, I guess, the altar inside the Tega sword driver, that, you know, when they're inside the cockpit, and then it would go inside, and then the Tega sword transforms basically. So I understand the gimmick. I get the gimmick. But because of that, we went from having we went from Don Brothers, which I haven't gotten the Don Brothers mech yet. I'm planning on getting that at some time this year, hopefully, which is very articulated. You get the King Oger set, which was initially, you know, King Oger himself is you can articulate the crap out of that. And then as you add more Shogun gods to it, it gets less and less articulated because of how big it is. And then you went to Bumujer, which has articulation, but you lost a lot of that articulation. And basically, we lost everything on this one. So, you get basic arm movement. And let me go ahead and turn it off while I do this. Where's the power button on here? There we go. Turn off the power button so we do this. But yeah, you get basic arm motion. You can't go all the way back. You don't get any outward movement. You get no wrist, and you get nothing here. It's just basically this, and that's basically due to transformation. Same thing with the other arm. You do get the sword that comes out. You do get this on this arm, and that's mainly due to the fact that this has to turn around when you transform it. And then you do get a waist, again, due to transformation. So you do get a waist, so you can kind of pose it a little bit. You get his zero head movement. Obviously, you got the head sculpt, which we can take a look at, which it's translucent, so it's a little hard to look at, but it is pretty cool. I do like it. I do like the paint and the sculpt work on it. It's very good. You do get the wings. The wings are articulated other than just being basic transformation. Feet, you get absolutely nothing in the feet other than you get, you know, I guess you get a little bit of toe movement, but again, transformation. And then you have all this hollowness in the back here, which again is due to the transformation. And then you get this giant handle in the back. So I'm going to show you guys some little cool features that the Tega sword has. So obviously, I don't have any of the other Zords. Sorry, I don't have the other mechs at the moment, but you can take off. This is Zord Builder compatible. And as I did in my Tega sword unboxing, you can pop that off. And now this port right here is, unfortunately, is not Zord Builder compatible. A Robo Builder compatible. And Zord Builder too. It actually is Zord Builder compatible too. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back on here, and then I'm gonna show you guys here what you can do with this guy. Go ahead and show you. I do have the Go Under mech from Robo Universe, but I'll show you here. You can plug in the arms, so you can do that. So he is compatible with the Robo Universe Zord. I'm gonna call it Zord Builder feature because this thing is actually compatible with the Hasbro Zord builders. Now, I have my Dino Fury set. It is not in a position where I can take it out right now. So, but basically this port right here is the same as the Zord builders from Hasbro, and even with the Robo Universe set, and also it is with the Babunger one too. I'm gonna go a little bit and show you a couple more little things here before we wrap this up. I'm turning it back on here. You basically get the transformation sequence again. Now, you can, if you press the button, there you go, get the finisher move. If you take out the ring, and we're going to put in the red ring, you basically get the standard Henshin effect. And then if you press the button, that's all you get. Now, if you put in the 50-year anniversary ring, which is kind of funny. I'm not going to lie, that looks really, really funny. And then, of course, if you press the button on the back, you only get that. Size comparison-wise, here he is with the Go Under Robo Universe set. And you can see they are about the same height, actually. Here he is with a mainline Optimus Prime. Here he is with a actual almost 7-inch Marvel Legends figure She-Hulk. And here he is with 01. There you guys go. There is the Tega sword. I honestly think it's a really good figure. Henshin device. I'm actually glad I got it when I did. Getting it at the beginning of the season starting was really a good idea on my part, just because I've been able to incorporate it in a lot of different things, and I've had a lot of fun playing with it. And it's one of those figures where, yes, I would classify this more as a role-playing Henshin device than a DX mech that we normally would get. It does double as both the Henshin device and the DX mech of the season. So all the other role-playing items, which is something that I don't think they've done in a really long time, where they have taken essential Henshin device and made it the actual mech of the season. I think that's a really cool concept, and I'm actually looking forward to see how this all comes together. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed watching this review, check out this one right up here, guys. And as always, until next time.